What's good? What's good, man? It's Sunchild Beats. Of course, this is the Red Spot Podcast, and y'all already know I'm just gonna get right into it. Been a whole bunch of extra theatrics going on. Police officers beating up on women yet again, and of course, it's got to be black women. Now, I'm sitting, I'm watching this police officer slam this young lady all around, and she's screaming and crying and saying get off of her, and she needs to call her mom, and it's just a very, very, very nerve-wracking, horrible thing to have to sit and endure, let alone for somebody else to have to sit and watch you go through it, and there is nothing that they can do about it because they are nowhere near you. What I don't understand is when all of these things happen, why is it that you have so many men who will sit back and just, watch these types of things go down? I can understand if somebody brings something upon themselves. In other words, if the officer gives you commands, all right, by law, you're supposed to follow those commands if they are lawful commands. So if a person tells you to get out of the vehicle, you have the right to say, no, I don't want to get out of the vehicle because I feel unsafe. Can you call a sergeant or somebody that's over you so that I can feel safe exiting out of the vehicle? Because you are aggressive, whatever the circumstances are. You should be able to do that. However, when you're black, there's a lot of things that are off limits to you that somebody else will be able to do readily without any issues. I've seen white people get out before the police even get out. White people approach the car. What the hell are you pulling me over for, you goddamn son of a bitch? And they sitting there calling this officer everything that they can throw at this motherfucker. And this motherfucker not one time got upset about it. And if he did get upset about it, it came out like this. Calm down, buddy. Calm down. I'm just here to understand what's going on, buddy. Just calm down. See, and that's how he wants to talk to that individual. But then when there's somebody who looks like us and then we're not being aggressive, they come out, get on the motherfucking ground. They got to talk to you aggressively. I don't know what it is. Is it because we have black skin that we are an aggressive people automatically, or what is it? Why do you approach us with such aggression? When a person says that I don't hate black people, I'm not a racist, I'm not a bigot, but then your actions show us something else, then there is no way that you can continue to keep up with that same lie. It's not, that's not real. You're not even keeping it real with yourself. How you gonna keep it real with yourself? You know why you became a police officer. You know why you got into law enforcement. And it wasn't to try to make the world a better place. It was because you wanted to be able to bully people and use your power to be able to do what it is that you want to do. There are so many officers that joke about that shit all the time. And yeah, I know it's jokes, but jokes come from a real place sometimes. You know what I mean? And I think that these officers already have in their mind that they're going to go and do whatever needs to be done to, make the situation stop. I just think that it's a crazy thing. But I honestly believe that that young lady going through what she went through, as far as how this cop handled her, was just absolutely unacceptable. And I believe that cop should not only be terminated, but I think that these officers should go to jail. And I really think that they need to be put in population along with the rest of the people to have to understand what that life is like. Because these officers do a lot of shit and get away with it. And you have some officers that go around raping and molesting men. I can't understand as a man how you can even get in a position like that. I don't give a fuck what type of position I'm in. Nigga, take me to jail. Do whatever it is you feel you gotta do, but you ain't finna put your motherfucking beaters on me, and you ain't finna motherfucker be putting your mouth on me. That shit is disgusting. Whatever a person chooses to do, that's on them. But at the end of the day, don't come doing that shit to me, because I ain't with none of it. I don't fuck around. That's just not my cup of tea. And I couldn't believe that this was a black officer that was doing this, okay? This is the black officer. He was going around forcing niggas to, let you perform certain acts on them and shit. I don't know how you got that type of, force. I don't understand how you command that type of authority because I don't give a fuck who you are. You not finna put your lips on me. Fuck out of here. You gonna do whatever you gonna do. You gonna take me to jail, you gonna take me to jail. You wanna fight, nigga, we gonna fight. Whatever you trying to do, but you damn sure ain't putting your lips on me. I don't give a fuck what your doctor up on paper, none of that shit. Motherfuckers tell me, man, so shit, you would take the risk of getting a RICO. How the fuck you gonna get a RICO charge? Goofy ass nigga. Niggas be coming up with some weird ass shit. And niggas be doing that shit because niggas just want to win the argument. Nigga, I'm just gonna keep it 1,000, bro. If a motherfucker come to me talking about putting their lips on me, I'm bombing on their ass. I don't give a fuck who they is. Period. What your job description is, any of that. Because if you feel bold enough to come and disrespect me like that, then I'm going to be bold enough to go in your shit right on the spot. It's just the way it's got to work. It can't work no different. I wouldn't even expect for it to work no different. So I know another motherfucker can't be expected for it to work different. But anyway, like I said, on this podcast right here, we real. We straight to the core with the shit. Truth of the matter is, in my humble opinion, some of these people need their ass beat. Some of these police officers that are going around out here attacking women and doing the shit that they doing, they need their ass beat. I didn't even want to watch that video because I felt like I was helpless. I could not help this sister. And I wanted to, with all of my might, to come through that motherfucking screen and just I'm talking about the brakes, everything off his ass. I'm talking about the brakes, all that shit. Beat all that shit off. I wanted to come hand his motherfucking, just nigga, hand him his shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of sitting back watching black women get attacked and get unalive. I know that some black women do some shit sometimes that, you know, might provoke a motherfucker to get upset. But I'm gonna tell you right now, nothing is worth unaliving a person. Especially when they haven't done some things like that to you, or especially when they're not coming at you like that. You get upset because this person doesn't want to be with you anymore, then you have the right to be upset. But what you also have to understand, they have the right to, you know, to be able to live the way they want to live. You know, they are autonomous beings. They have the right to be able to do those things. There is nobody who is the master over a person. So with that being said, you know, of course, it hurt, it devastates you, but what can you do about it? Stop going around unaliving these women because you mad because of the circumstances. What do? Men take the loss, we accept the L, and we keep it pushing. And we make sure that that doesn't happen again, or we do whatever we got to do to see to it that we don't put ourselves in that position again. We learn from it. That's what men do. At the end of the day, I know it sounds easier said than done, but I've been there before. Trust me, I know. It's motherfuckers out here that'll kick you down when you don't got nothing, when you at your lowest. And these supposed to be the motherfuckers that's supposed to be down with you, but when you at your lowest, it's motherfuckers that'll kick you down. You understand what I'm saying? Even further than that. You can't go no further, and the motherfucker will kick you down further than that just to see you be miserable. Not because they had to kick you down. They just want to see you be fucking miserable. And that is exactly what it is that they do. People do that shit all the time. It don't make no motherfucking sense. The sad part about the shit is, why you doing it? Because what is it going to do for you? Like, you going to drag me down and head on me, but what is it going to do for you? What actual satisfaction are you getting out of that? Then what's so crazy is, as soon as you get in your mind that this individual is not crazy, but this individual is narcissistic, these people have issues that they really need to go get mental help for. Once you start to understand that sometimes people put themselves in positions that they just weren't meant for, you know what I'm saying? And then it dawns on them later on after they do it, and then bam, you know, motherfucker want to leave you high and dry. That's the way it is. But you know what? It don't make sense to unalive a motherfucker over it. Just saying.
You are now tuned in to the Red Spot Podcast. Give me more of that.
And if you one of those cops that like to beat up on people, you like to beat up on women, you like to do things like that, you need to go get you some help before you run into the wrong person. I'm not saying that nobody should go out and do something to a cop. I'm basically saying that there's only so much that a person can take. And when you violated a person, when you went beyond the duty of doing your job, and you now put yourself in the position where this individual has to now do a job because you disrespected them, then you get upset and then you're ready to lock them up and charge them for assault on a police officer, but you're not being charged for assault on them. People being unalive and found down in Mississippi. Mississippi has been like that forever. It's always been that way. There's always been some type of bullshit. But believe it or not, you will see a lot of black dudes with white girls down there. Believe it or not, oddly as it may seem. But there's a lot of that type of shit going on. And the fucked up part about it is, you would think that it's regular people doing this shit, but it's not regular people. It's people that have the authority. Okay, people that can go out, round up somebody under the premise that maybe they want it for questioning or something, and then take them somewhere and do something to them, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot going on, and we need to really sit down and have, you know what I'm saying, some meetings as a people. We need to figure out what the contingency plan gonna be, because these people ain't stopping none of what they doing. All they're doing is getting worse and worse. It almost seems like every single day a motherfucker gets more emboldened than they did yesterday. Just like the video where the older white man, I forgot who he was, he walks out and he calls all the black people standing there niggers. And I'm just like, you're a nigger. And this, and that. And they really think that that word is going to make us so angry that it's going to trick us out of our space, trick us out of our freedom. We're not going to let you do that, okay? We can insult you by calling you all kind of weird names, but we're not going to do that either, because we're adults. We don't have time for that type of shit, all right? The thing is it's not our problem that you mad because you feel like black people are stepping on your success, or you feel like black people are the pinnacle and you just can't reach where black people are able to reach, and so you're upset about it. Don't get mad at nobody. Be mad at yourself. You're at competition with you. You're not in competition with us. And I think y'all need to realize that we are all different people, okay? We are a different people with a different culture. Y'all are a different people with a different culture. They are different people with different cultures. And everybody is in one big melting pot. Now, the problem is when you start going to tell somebody else or try to govern over somebody else's culture, that's where the problem steps in at. Okay, you don't get to govern over what somebody else's culture is, especially since your culture is, you know, it's had a very, very, very evil history. So you don't go and get to govern what somebody else's culture has done or is doing. That's exactly what they did to the Native Americans. Those people that were aborigines of this land, they literally took these people and took their land and said, okay, this land belongs to us now, and this is your portion of it. Like, you don't get to come in and tell a motherfucker that that's their portion of this when that was their land before you showed up. So that's what I said. There is a lot of that type of shit going on, and until those things get addressed, it's going to always be a bunch of riffraff. But check these pictures out, though. Check this shit out. Now, you know, a lot of the times I really be wanting to show the video, but for certain purposes, like if I were that young lady, I would not want to see that video repeatedly being shown. So I won't show that video in its entirety because that young lady is in a compromising position. She is being assaulted by this police officer, okay? And, you know, just look at this. This makes absolutely no sense.
No, stop.
Dashcam video from a traffic stop near Manila, Arkansas, shows State Trooper Moises Arellano taking 18-year-old Alyssa Hackett to the ground before punching her in the face. After a struggle, he handcuffs Hackett and places her in his vehicle.
Who said I can't punch you in your face? If you resist, I can punch you. I can read you the policy.
According to a use of force report, Arellano pulled Hackett over August 1st for allegedly driving 71 miles an hour in a 60 zone with her hazard lights on. He also says he found alcohol in the car.
Why do you have a Tito's bottle? You're not even 21, are you?
Later in the video, Arellano acknowledges the bottle was sealed. He also claims Hackett was being difficult when he issued her citations. That's when he called his colleague and learned they had stopped Hackett days earlier for similar violations.
Okay. All right, we'll do that.
Arellano says Hackett refused his commands.
And then she was still resisting, trying to turn around. So I tuned her up.
She now faces multiple charges, including refusing to submit to arrest. Arkansas State Police have not said whether Arellano will face any discipline.
I would have a hard time justifying that type of strike. And if you see the height and the weight, the build of that officer compared to that young lady, I'm pretty sure there's...
And that's the type of shit we got to stop. And right now, I know that, I'm not even the type of person that's really into politics that much. But I know that right now, those certain individuals are scrambling, trying to figure out what they're going to do because they know that they are being investigated. They know that they're about to lose the House and the Senate. They know it's about to be real bad for them. But y'all remember what happened the last time when it was real bad for Donald Trump? What happened? You had a whole bunch of Trump supporters attack the White House. Okay? And all of those sons of bitches got out of jail. Now, if I attack the ice cream truck in the hood, okay, I'm gonna go to prison for 25 years. But you mean to tell me these motherfuckers can go and deface the White House and not get no time and get pardoned and everything else? That right there is a show of power. That's all it is. That was a flex of fucking power. And that's all it was, just to say, hey, look at what I can do. That's the type of shit they own. I ain't on that type of shit. I don't even understand that type of shit. Because why you flexing your power for? You flexing for what? Nobody really don't give a fuck. You flexing to prove what? But yeah, y'all, sometimes we just gotta sit, talk. I mean, chat, y'all feel free to leave comments and whatnot. And I do answer comments and, I do talk back. When people give me good solutions, I take those solutions and then I put those solutions out there so that, our people can hear the different solutions that can possibly aid in the system in their situation. And no amount of law enforcement. I mean, like, these people know that we are starting to fight back. They know that we are getting attorneys and we are trying to handle things the legal way, but they keep turning it up every single time. While we're investigating one unaliving, here comes another one, okay? And these people will sit and say that, oh yeah, well, she hung herself. How in the fuck did she hang herself that fucking high in a tree? How she pull herself up there to hang herself? That's the type of shit I be talking about. Just like they talking about the brother who was asking the police for help. They didn't want to give him no help. So this brother ends up unalive. His body parts ripped to pieces, scattered all over the woods with his penis in his mouth. And then they go and say that the animal did that. That's the type of shit that we talking about. And then they want you to believe that. And then they sit there like you supposed to believe it. I keep telling y'all get caught up in the fact that these people's title. They gave themselves a title. Like, I am a governor. I am a this. I am a that. I don't give a fuck about your motherfucking title. If somebody come to you and they tell you that somebody is chasing me, trying to unalive me, these are some racists, I need some help, it is your job to help them. If you turn them away, that's because you are a racist too, and your motherfucking ass need to be dealt with in the same fashion. And don't go say I said, oh, somebody need to go and deal with the specific officer. I didn't say nobody need to do nothing, but I do know that I'm not the type of person that's too fond of standing there taking no ass whooping. All right? You're not finna be putting your hands on me and pushing me and shit, because when you do that, then, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. That's just the way it is. I'm a man before I'm anything. And I ain't finna let no motherfucker do nothing to me, because the day I do that, that makes me less than. If I can't protect myself, how in the fuck I'm gonna protect my queen? So with that being said, if a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, bring some disrespectful shit my way when you going above your duty and you disrespected me purposely, whatever the fuck you get from that, that's what you gonna get. I don't even know why motherfuckers be upset about it. Shit crazy work. Anyway, y'all, Sunchild Beats, Red Spot Podcast, we're about to go to a break. When we come back, we gonna get into my final thought for this shit.
You are now tuned in to the Red Spot Podcast. Give me more of that.
It's time for the Red Spot Podcast, how the cold artist play of the day. Let me know what you think in the comments and don't hold back. Let's get to it.
Don't sleep. Ay. We're getting no sleep. We've been on the street. You niggas don't know how we feel. Ay. Stuck on my brother in the building. We figure no business. Can't get to moolah. I ain't getting no sleep, no rest. No sleep, no rest. We never get rest. My nigga, we pull up and mess up. Used to cry every day in the city. To my girl, we focus on business. I don't give a fuck, niggas all about attention. We crash out, nigga we been out. No sleep, no rest, but still we pen out. We don't sleep, we don't rest. Awake, awake, We want some more, table for four. We at the car, open the door, slide to the floor. We got the glow, came for the grind, not gonna stop, get to the top. We gonna hop, slide to the fan. We gonna move, get in the hustle. We want the bag, 24/7. We gonna rest, 24/7. We at the best. Still in the class, rocking some fans. Cardio 8, how you moving so fast. Still on the grind, hurting some cash.
Yep, that was Flexi 07, the young lava kid. I like to call him the Botswana connection with no sleep. I know that's right, young brother. Let me know what y'all feeling on this in the comments. That's Hot or Cold on the Red Spot Podcast. You heard it first. Let's get to it. Y'all, what's good? Sunshine Beats, Red Spot Podcast, man. We outside. We just chilling right now outside on the bleachers. Just chilling randomly. You know, I ain't gonna sit here too long because I don't want the law to come over here and swear. But now that I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing, you know how that works. Just being black and outside is already a crime. You feel me? My final thoughts is, fuck him, fuck him, fuck them, fuck them, fuck that motherfucker over there, and fuck him for sitting back and watching the shit and not doing nothing about it. Fuck them, and fuck you too if you got a problem with it. And at the end of the day, you would be a dumb motherfucker to stand back and allow somebody to go above the law. See, what you should do is look into what their law says that they are legally able to do. And then this way you already know what you are legally able to do. Because if you are being attacked by an officer instead of actually being policed or instead of being served the way you are supposed to be according to the law, then you make a decision to stand there and get beat to a pulp, or you decide to fight back. Either way it goes, there's going to be consequences behind it. So you have to ask yourself, do I want to sit here and have this officer go all upside of my fucking head? Do I want to be found hung some motherfucking where? Do I want to be found with missing organs? Do I want to be found somewhere floating around, an island? Okay. Do I want to be set on fire? Do I want my body dismembered and cut up in pieces everywhere? All of those types of things. Like, you have to ask yourself these things. If you're going to stand there and you're going to take that shit, then don't complain. I know I'm not finna take that shit, and I don't know no other nigga that will take it either. Now, I see these white people running around here calling us niggas and doing all of this shit, trying to provoke us, and I don't understand what you're trying to provoke us for, because at the end of the day, we create all of this culture, everything that you have. It is because of us. You know it's because of us. You know damn well it ain't because of you. And the thing is that's our contribution. Our contribution is we make the culture move the way we want it to move. We make everything shake when it comes to culture. All right? We are the driving force to that. How all of these companies make their money, Nike, all of these different motherfuckers, they make the money they make because of black people. But I see white people with shoes on, but you rarely see white people with a pair of motherfucking Jordans on. You rarely see that. But you see black people every single day with a bunch of Jordans on. White folks are the sole officiary. This motherfucker sold that shit. And you continue to buy and continue to buy like clockwork. That's exactly what they did. So they making money off of your culture. Think about it. Every single thing that we do, they figure out a way to make money off of it. Somebody discover electricity, they figure out a way to make money off of it. Somebody starts doing music, they come up with the music business. Somebody says that they have some candies and some Zuzus and Wham Whams they want to sell to the little kids in the neighborhood. Somebody comes with you with an idea for a store. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they are. Now, true enough, you could work together with a person if you have resources that they don't have. But at the same motherfucking time, they don't just want to work with you. They want to steal your idea, steal your patent, take everything that you work to build, make money, capitalize off of it, and then claim it as their own. And then as soon as you go and you say, hey, legally, you can't do that. They come up with all these ramifications and all this other bullshit and these clauses that they put in the contract to be able to make it legal for them to do that. And that's the type of shit they own. So I just think at the end of the day, I think that life is going to take its natural course. Things is going to happen the way it's going to happen, no matter what it is that we do.
You are now tuned in to
The Red Spot Podcast. Give me more of that.